The following list features mysterious ancient inventions, unexplained ancient discoveries, and some slightly more recent finds still baffling to scientists in the 21st century. Before we begin, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos. But not because they're a sign of alien tech. Give humanity a little more credit, you know? The recipe for Damascus Steel remains a mystery. Returning from the Crusades, a lot of perplexed Europeans started talking about swords wielded by Islamic warriors that could slice through a floating handkerchief, bend 90 degrees, and flex back with no damage. Fast forward to the 21st century, and the recipe for so-called Damascus steel is still a mystery. The blades were likely made of crucible steel, which is created by melting iron with plant matter, but no one knows the specific type of crucible steel used to yield such a blade. It might as well be a lightsaber. The Thevoynich Manuscript may ultimately just be indecipherable. If you haven't heard of the Thevoynich Manuscript, you're in for a treat. Researchers say the absolutely bonkers handwritten and hand-drawn manuscript, featuring text in an indecipherable language and hundreds of illustrations, including a myriad of drawing of miniature female nudes, mostly with swelled abdomens, immersed or wading in fluids, and oddly interacting with interconnecting tubes and capsules, was created by someone sometime during the 15th century in Central Europe. A Polish-American antiquarian bookseller named Wilfred M. Voynich acquired it in 1912. Other than that, who knows? It's a total mystery. The Antikythera Mechanism is a mysterious astrological calendar. Unlike the Roman dodecahedra, scientists have a pretty good idea what the so-called Antikythera Mechanism is all about. Discovered at the bottom of the sea in 1901, the intricate device was likely constructed around the end of the 2nd century BC. It calculated and displayed celestial information, particularly cycles such as phases of the moon and lunisolar calendar, according to research compiled in Nature. But we still don't know who built it, who used it, and what they used it for exactly. It's also still unclear why it's technically more complex than any known device for at least a millennium afterwards, to quote the Nature Abstract, which promoted a zillion ancient aliens and time travel is real blog posts after it was published in 2006. Zhang Heng's seismoscope detected earthquakes somehow. It's unclear how Vikings made their ulfbert swords. Speaking of insane swords, the Vikings may have used techniques or materials borrowed from the creators of Damascus Steel to make their legendary ulfbert swords. When archaeologists discovered the Viking blades, they were shocked because the technology needed to produce such pure metal would not be invented for another 800 years. But in 2014, a 9th century Viking grave was discovered in Scandinavia with an Islamic inscription meaning for or to Allah, linking the two worlds and making the shared knowledge plausible. But that's just a guess. The true origin of the blades is still unknown. Scientists disagree about why the iron pillar of Delhi won't rust. The more than 1600-year-old iron pillar of Delhi has scientists divided about its weird resistance to rust. There are two schools of thought. Team Environment says the mild climate of Delhi, India is ultimately to thank. Right place, right time essentially. Team Materials says it's all about the presence of phosphorus and absence of sulfur, manganese in the iron, plus the large mass of the pillar. One thing both camps agree on: it's a total mystery how the rust-resistant iron lumps were forge welded to produce the massive 6-ton structure. Regardless, it's an impressive piece of engineering. The facedose disc could be a prayer or an ancient typewriter. This giant sugar cookie is a head-scratcher for sure, but there are some interesting theories out there. Discovered in 1908 in Crete, this 6-inch diameter clay disc dates back to around 1700 BC and features 241 words created out of 45 individual symbols arranged in a spiral. It could be a sort of ancient sheet music to a hymn or prayer dedicated to matriarchal deity, Or maybe it's an ancient proto-typewriter. Who knows? It does look delicious though. Roman dodecahedra may just be candlesticks. If you think these little bronze guys would make excellent paperweights or tchotchkes, well, so did the ancient Romans. Maybe. Actually, we have no idea. They could have been useless objects meant for decoration, a conversation piece for the 2nd to 4th century Roman equivalents of coffee tables, or something else. No clue. Share these wonderful inventions with your friends below.